Your brain has been hijacked, and that is the reason why you likely are overspending and you continue to buy stuff that you don't need. Now, hijack is such a scary word, but in today's new world, many of the things that we are using, the services, the technology, the social platforms have all been designed to get us to spend. As humans, we are simple creatures. We want pleasure and avoid pain. So what has happened in the last few decades is that many of these companies are using consumer neuroscience to provoke an emotional response from you, to get you to spend, to get you to seek pleasure. And the easiest way to do that is to tap, tap, tap and buy something. Thank you so much for joining me here at Sisters for Financial Independence. My name is Catherine Agapjan, and I cover topics related to money. I share money lessons if you're trying to get out of debt, if you're looking to invest. But in this video, I want to walk you through some strategies to help you reduce your spending and reduce your consumption habit. It can be easy to blame yourself for your lack of self-discipline or your lack of impulse control when it comes to shopping. But I really want you to take a step back and look around. It's you versus the marketing machine. Everything has been designed to get you to spend. From the store layouts, where your necessities are in the back of the store, so you have to travel across aisles for the thing that you want. It's been designed into apps where it's now so easy to buy something. It's also been designed with how you use your credit cards. Just a tap on your phone and you're good to go. In this video, I am going to share with you some strategies that has helped me reduce my spending, and I think they can help you too. Before we move on, I do want to address that shopping addiction is real. ADHD is real and depression is real. If you think you have a shopping addiction, if you think a part of this is because you have undiagnosed ADHD or depression, I want you to get some help. Seek out a therapist, seek out a doctor, seek out a professional who might be able to diagnose and help you through this. Because if you are experiencing many of these things, it's likely affecting other parts of your life. If you've been on social media for a while, if you have had a smartphone for a few years, your brain right now has likely been wired to accept all of these mini dopamine rushes. This means that any small activity, from buying something to liking something, can lead to the release of the dopamine hormone, which is the pleasure hormone. And because we've been doing this for a while, it's now time for us to actually rewire our brain so that we are not seeking this dopamine rush. The dopamine hormone is produced each time you do something pleasurable, and shopping can be a pleasurable experience. But if you have been doing that for a while, it means that your brain has gotten used to that. So it's looking for the next big rush, the next big purchase for you to make. So in order to rewire your brain, you need to get off social media and get off your phone. Now, I know that's hard to do, so I'm going to encourage that you start slow. Here are some things I would recommend that you do that are fairly straightforward but do require some work. The first thing I'm going to recommend is that you set up a time at night where you stop checking your phone, and you are going to leave your phone in another room when you go to sleep. If you need to buy a simple alarm, go buy one. But your goal is to create some distance between what's on your phone and yourself. When you wake up in the morning, do not check your phone. You can do 10 minutes without your phone or the first 30 minutes, but create a routine for yourself so that you are not automatically picking this up in the morning and this is not the last thing you see at night. You need to start training your brain to not want these things. The number 2 thing you are going to do to reduce your consumption and stop impulse shopping is to stop watching haul videos, as well as those videos that say 5 things you must buy at XYZ store. This is very popular and it's everywhere, and I understand that this is how many people make their money by promoting these products. But if you are constantly watching these, this can make you feel like you are missing out, that you need this item to feel such a way, that this is the thing to get today, but likely not. Start weaning yourself off from this kind of content. Change your feed. Start liking money content, start liking baking content, start liking things that are not these shopping haul videos. The third thing that you are going to do when you're out and about or when you are scrolling on your phone is to start taking photos of the items that you like or want. Take a photo, take a screenshot of it so you have that in your records and move away. This is a strategy that I actually started doing for myself as well as for my daughter. I would take her to Target and I want to expose her to what Target has to offer. But we have to start training ourselves to think that, is this item really necessary or does it just look cute and nice? So if she sees a toy that she likes, I give her my phone and I tell her, take a picture of it. Let's see if it's something you might want later on. And high probability, she will forget about it. Same thing for me. I see something online and it can be so tempting to just automatically add it to cart, use your Apple Pay and buy it immediately. But how often do you think you really need those items? So instead, take a screenshot and at the end of the week, look through your screenshots to see if these are things that you really need and want, and then buy it then. Don't buy off of impulse. Create a waiting period for yourself. Now, many of the retailers and marketers out there are using the best minds and best technology to get you to spend money. They will use retargeting ads, they will use cookies, they will use all of these other technology and data sets to find you on the internet and serve you something that you are going to want. This is all by design, so you have to start thinking differently if you want to curb your spending. Let me know if this video has been helpful so far. Give it a like and share it with a friend. And if you've got a tip to help someone with their spending, I'd love it if you could leave it in the comments. Let's share so we can help each other out. The fourth thing I'm going to recommend is to lay out your stuff. Many of us have collections. We likely have a collection of fall sweaters, of jeans, of toys, of technology. And it can be easy to pile on to these things. So as a way to curb your spending, figure out how you can actually look at your collection of things so that you can see what you have and see if it's super necessary for you to buy things. I know all of the marketers are pushing the latest fall trend, the latest this and that, and it's easy to get sucked into that. But likely you already have the item in your closet. So take those out, see what's already there, and see if you can use something that already exists. As humans, we all have this hunter and gatherer instinct, and we can technically gather as many lipstick, as many makeup, as many jeans as we can, but what will that get us? How will that serve our life today as well as in the future? So start thinking about all the stuff in your home, the collections that you have, the things that you have multiples of, and start figuring out ways to reduce the buying of the same things over and over again. What is it about buying jeans A versus already having jeans B in your closet? What is it about having this new lipstick shade versus this old one that you already have? What makes them different? What's the feeling that you're getting from buying this new thing? What are you trying to accomplish when you buy these things? Number 5 is to stop reloading your store apps. This goes for Starbucks, Chipotle, Sephora, all of these other stores. These apps trick you into spending more. When you reload money into these apps, they make it seem like play money. It's a credit, it's there, you can use it. It doesn't seem as tangible as if you were paying cash each time. All of this is also part of the gamification process of spending. The more you spend, the more rewards you get. This is the point of loyalty programs. Again, by design, this has been a product that has been designed to get you in that loop to be part of that spending cycle for these companies. So you want to be careful when you are reloading money into these apps. What is the emotional feeling you have between using your money now or using the app money? In the same vein, be careful with store credits. Store credits, again, create this distance between you and your spending. They make it seem like this money is free, so you should buy that dress, so you should buy whatever is on Amazon under this credit. And they make it seem like you're not really your money, but it is your money, just a little bit delayed. Be careful with store credits as well as putting money into these store apps. Number 6 is to calculate your hourly wage. We live in a digital age. We get our paycheck directly deposited and then we spend out on the other side. We don't see how much of these amounts come through. When you calculate your hourly wage, it can help you determine if what you're spending your money on makes sense. For example, if you make $25 an hour and you go out to get food for $25 every day, that means 1 hour of your work has solely been dedicated to you eating out. Keep this exchange in mind because if you continue to do this, it means you will always be in that cycle. Now, we are all financial traders. We trade our time for money and then that money for stuff. So you need to shift your mindset. The next thing that you are going to do is start looking at some numbers. You are going to see how much you spend annually. This number can be a shock, but I want you to focus on a few things. I want you to look at how much you're spending at specific stores. This might be your favorite store. It could be Sephora. It could be Amazon. It could be Target. Look to see how much you're spending on a yearly basis at these stores and think to yourself if you're comfortable with that amount. Oftentimes we see these $20 purchases, $30, and we don't think much of it, but they all do add up. We did this exercise a few years ago, and one of the things we found was that we basically spent a few $1,000s on Amazon. So what we did as a family was we canceled our Amazon Prime because it was allowing us to buy things quite easily and quite readily, and it was one of those things where, hey, it's a tap, it'll be here tomorrow, let's get it anyways, we don't have to pay for shipping. So you want to figure out where that's happening. Are there specific stores that are so good with their marketing, so good with their sales that you keep going to it? And do you want to keep doing that? And the last thing I am going to recommend is to figure out ways to spend your time wisely. When we shop, we spend a lot of time. We spend time reading product reviews, we spend time doing comparisons, we spend time reading marketing emails, waiting for a sale to come on. So what you need to figure out is how will you use your time when you're not doing those things. Getting a few hobbies in place can help you beat the boredom, help you beat passing time so that you are not returning back to your old ways of scrolling and buying things on impulse. Now, of course, there are a lot of things you can do, so find one that is not so expensive to do, but allows you to take a step back, to use what you have and get your brain to refocus and not rely on your phone usage as well as on the dopamine hits of all of those impulse buys. When you're off your phone and off social media, this might be the time for you to have a conversation with a stranger. This might be the time where you learn a new sport, or it might be the time where you pick up some granny hobbies and you actually do something quietly on your own with focus and intention. Keep this in mind and see what works for you. So every time I talk about overspending, I always think back to this scene from Sex and the City.
The lady at the bank said I was an unattractive candidate for a loan. Where did all my money go? I know I made some.
At $400 a pop, how many of these do you have? 50?
Come on.
400?
Would that be wrong?
100 times 400. There's your down payment.
Well, that's only 4,000.
No, it's 40,000.
I spent $40,000 on shoes and I have no place to live? I will literally be the old woman who lived in her shoes.
And basically in that scene, Carrie and Miranda are having a conversation. And Carrie is wondering why she doesn't have any money for a house down payment. And Miranda does a quick calculation and she comes up with the fact that because Carrie has been buying all of these shoes all of these years, that has cost her thousands of dollars. You might not be spending tens or thousands of dollars on shoes, but likely there are ways for you to reduce your spending and save your money. I am an older millennial and I have two sisters here at Sisters for Fi, and we talk about money. And one of the things that I always want to tell younger generations is that the money you use today, if saved and invested properly, can buy you so much time in the future. And if your future vision includes a family, it's time to work on these habits now so that you have the time and money saved up so that you can be present for your family. It's hard being a working mom. It's hard having to choose between earning money and being there for your family. But if you can create and secure your financial foundation today by getting out of debt, by saving, by investing, that can go a long way to ensuring that you have the life that you want and deserve. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. If you want more money content like this, don't forget to subscribe to Sisters for Fi. And remember that overspending may not be a direct result of your lack of discipline. Yes, we do need to be accountable and we do need to be responsible for the money that we earn. We all work hard for our money and we all deserve nice things, but it shouldn't be at the detriment of our financial foundation and our financial future. If you want to learn more about how some of these companies are using neuroscience to get us to spend more, to get us to stay on our phones more, I want you to check out these books. You can find it at your local library and they can give you a perspective on how some of these things have been designed. To learn more about how to get off your phone, I'm going to recommend this video here about digital minimalism. And if you are struggling with credit card debt, this playlist is going to be for you. Thank you so much for tuning in and I will see you in the next video. Bye.